Hi, welcome to Discover Projects. Now I will explain you the flow chart of Wi-Fi module with ThingSpeak. Here, data from Arduino is transferred to Node MCU, that is a Wi-Fi module, also called as ESP8266, serially. So transmit pin of Arduino microcontroller is connected to the receive pin of ESP8266 and vice versa. Now first, data from Arduino is transferred serially, and then here in Node MCU or ESP8266 module you need to configure the credentials of ThingSpeak, and then only data from Wi-Fi module will be transferred to ThingSpeak, and then it is easy for you to visualize the data either on your mobile using the ThingSpeak ID or on your laptop. So let's begin with the flowchart. Flowchart says that first you need to include the header files. As I have already explained, header files is nothing but the functions of your ESP8266 included into the header file. So first I will add this header file in the programming. Then there is another header file for Wi-Fi client, and the last header file is called as a ThingSpeak. Since we are using the cloud ThingSpeak, if you use any other cloud other than ThingSpeak like Blink or etc., you are supposed to add the libraries or header files of that cloud in the program of ESP8266. Mention Wi-Fi password and SSID of hotspot. Why do I need to mention the Wi-Fi password and SSID? Now how your Wi-Fi will understand that he is supposed to send a data to the cloud? So for that we need a internet connections. So if you see this diagram again, in this ESP, this ESP is nothing but a Wi-Fi module. This is simple a module which need to be connected to internet. So if I want to connect this Wi-Fi module automatically to the internet, I need to define the SSID and password inside this ESP8266. So that is the meaning of this second part called as a mention your Wi-Fi password and SSID of hotspot. So students are requested to put your Wi-Fi password and SSID in your hotspot, mobile hotspot. So what will happen, your Wi-Fi module will automatically get connected to the hotspot of your mobile, and you have to switch on the data plan on your mobile so that this hardware ESP8266 will get automatically connected to your hotspot and then to the cloud. Now you are supposed to define the variables and constants that I will show you in the program. Setup. Here you have to define the baud rate, the signaling speed from Arduino to Wi-Fi module to the ThingSpeak. So the general baud rate for ESP8266 is 1,15,200. Then you have to initialize the ThingSpeak like this. This is the baud rate 1,15,200. Then your loop starts here. First of all, you are supposed to check the status of Wi-Fi connectivity. If your Wi-Fi is not connected to the hotspot, it will give an error. So in the programming, first it will check the status of your Wi-Fi. Then it will read the value serially from Arduino. This I will show you in the programming of Arduino. This part of Arduino we are going to read. So now read value serially from Arduino. So this code I will write in the Wi-Fi module ESP8266. Arduino microcontroller is generating a data at the transmit pin. The transmit pin is connected to the receive pin of ESP8266 or Node MCU. Now I will explain you how the data from Arduino is transferred to ESP. New string. So I am defining new string. This is one of the variable, and I am going to put all the sensor values into this new string. So string of first sensor value, which I have explained in the previous coding part. Second sensor value will come over here, and so on like this. So if you have 4 to 5 sensors, you can keep on adding plus plus, and it will send a string of data to ESP8266. Then here you have to mention serial.print. As I told you that the data is transferred from Arduino to ESP8266 or Wi-Fi module serially. So serial.print, and what I have to print, this new string. And what new string consists of? New string consists of all the values of your sensor. This is what exactly the programming part of Arduino. Now I will explain you the programming part of your ESP8266. Let me explain you the program of ESP8266 Wi-Fi module. Again, you will open the same program in your Arduino IDE. First, as mentioned in the flowchart, you are supposed to include the library or a header file called as a thingspic.h. Second, ESP8266 Wi-Fi.h. So you are supposed to add these header files first. Second, Wi-Fi details you have to mention. As I explained you in the flowchart, that I'll show you the flowchart again. If you see the flowchart here, we have added these header files. Then you have to mention the Wi-Fi SSID and password. So here, if you see character SSID, Adobe, character password NMU0104. So in most of the projects, we have mentioned this Adobe as a SSID and NMU0104 as a password. All the students, you are supposed to put this SSID, you have to set this SSID and password in your mobile. So go to your hotspot settings, give the name Adobe, same capital ADOBE, and password, this is the password. You have to set this. Then switch on your hardware and then keep the mobile data on, so that your Wi-Fi module, if you see your hardware here, your Wi-Fi module will get automatically connected to the mobile hotspot. This is the name of the hotspot. Now, if you have a sensor, suppose I am using one sensor, I am transmitting the data of one sensor from Arduino to the Wi-Fi module, 1, 2, 3, 4, whichever the sensors, you have to mention the number of channels here. So if it is 2, 3, 4, so I'll consider this a 4. Now, very important part here is that how this ESP will get to know that he is supposed to send the data to ThingSpeak. For that, we have to mention the API key. This is a very important programming part of your Wi-Fi module. First, I have mentioned the SSID password, then I have to mention the API key. Now, from where we will get this API key? So your API key, you will get it from the ThingSpeak Cloud. This is the API key, you have to mention it over here. After mentioning the API key, what will happen? So your ESP will collect the data from Arduino. After collecting the data, it is connected to your mobile with the internet data plan, and then it will go to the ThingSpeak, and ThingSpeak ID I have mentioned here. This is one part. Next, now here these are the variables which we have to define. In the setup, again in the setup, you have to define the baud rate, that is 1,15,000 we discussed already. Then you have to write that switch on the or begin the ThingSpeak client. So your ThingSpeak, you have to start here, and your internet. So see, these are all the subroutines we have written separately. So when setup is run, it will initialize the baud rate first, then it will initialize the Wi-Fi, then it will initialize the ThingSpeak, then it will go to this internet. So we'll jump to this internet now function. What is internet function is all about? So we'll jump it over here. So see here, internet. This is a separate function we have defined. Wi-Fi status. So it is going to check whether your Wi-Fi is connected or not. So if you see the flowchart, in the flowchart I have mentioned define the variables, then define the baud rate, ThingSpeak, check the status of Wi-Fi connectivity. Right. So if you go back, so it is going to check the Wi-Fi is available or not. If it is there, yes, connect. Then it will check the SSID and password. If your SSID and password is connected, then it will go back to this internet, and then it will execute the loop. Here again it will check the same thing, internet. If it is connected, yes. Now if your serial available, this is a serial communication. As I mentioned that your Wi-Fi module is connected serially to the Arduino, so you have to read the serial data coming from the Arduino. So I will check the serial available is that. If it is available, yes, you can write it once or twice also. While serial is available, then read the string coming to the serial port. Now what string is going to come to the serial port? So first of all, as I showed you in the last part here, see, I am sending the temp value 0, temp value 1 addition. Same code we have to read over here. So if my variable is value, so I am reading my value. If value is string, temp value 0, which is coming from the Arduino microcontroller. So similarly, all the 4 sensors value is read by the Wi-Fi module. After reading it, what we have to do? So we have to upload it on a cloud. So if you go back to this flow chart, see here it is mentioned, read the value serially from Arduino, then upload the value to the ThinkSpec. So now here upload this value to ThinkSpec. So I'll go to the upload. So if you see here upload. Now upload. In upload, it will go to this another subroutine we have mentioned upload. So it will jump over here as a function. So now ThinkSpec.write field, channel ID, field number and the value. So this value which is there, these 4 values it will read, and it will write the API key also. So your data will be uploaded on the cloud with the help of this code.